Things that I absolutely love about this 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI. Like, you got the lights that pop up there, you got the mirrors that open up, and one of the things I like, you get the little golf ball light right there.
There's hate, lies and games, faith.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And I recently just did a video basically just going over the long-term ownership feel and information and everything that you needed to know about our FL5 Honda Civic Type R. And now today I'm going to do it about our 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI, mainly because a lot of you wanted to know what the long-term ownership experience has been like with this car. So first, I'll just go over the basic features. It's a 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI 380 edition. That's why you see it has these Golf R wheels on there, because it's a 380 edition. That's something that Volkswagen did that was pretty cool. It has 241 horsepower, but I actually feel like it's probably 241 to the wheels based on how it performs. 273 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs roughly 3,137 pounds, so it's pretty light. On the heavy end, it's 3,188 pounds, but this is probably the lightest version you can get, because this is the manual gearbox version, and it is the S trim level. So I'm guessing this is around 3,137 pounds curb weight. So that's just the basic info on it. You know, it's an inline turbo 4, and it's pretty awesome if you ask me. So I'm gonna bring it out, take you guys on the drive, and kind of go over what the livability and driver experience is like with this car. But first, before we do that, let me show you some of the features real quick, right? So first things first, let me lock it. So when you lock it, the mirrors go up. You know what they say, when the mirrors go up. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So let me actually close the, I'm gonna close the garage door so you guys can see a little bit more of this other feature here. By the way, shout out to the whole MOC. Right now, currently, Q Chaotic has a Acura Integra Type S and a Mazda Miata. 100 Gang Nate has a FL5 Honda Civic Type R that is in championship white. Blueprint 1 Elite, he has a Camaro SS 1 Elite in rapid blue. And I think both 100 Gang Nate and Blueprint 1 Elite, they're going to be adding cars to their channels pretty soon. They're going to be adding extra cars. But yeah, and also shout out to Will Motivation. He has like a million different cars. Yeah, including like he has a Volkswagen Jetta GLI that he loves. Like he says like that car is pretty amazing. So if you guys are in the market, that's another car that you should get. But I'll show you guys, right? When you unlock the car, like you got the lights that pop up there, you got the mirrors that open up, and one of the things I like, you get the little golf ball light right there on the floor. So that's pretty cool. You get the light in the door handles there on all 4 door handles. And then when you open it up, it's a beautiful place to go into. You got the nice checkered seats here with GTI written on it. Just, you know, it says welcome, and it's a full digital display. Like, just, you know, you get the aluminum dead pedal, you get the aluminum pedals. And I do have, they did give me some weather mats with the GTI logo on it. I don't know, I just prefer to go with the cloth mats because it's simple and just kind of blends in a little bit more. But it's pretty cool, man. Like pretty awesome car. So yeah, let's head out and I'll go over some of the features and some of the things I really like about this car. And I will give you some of the things that are not that great about it as well. So you guys can get both sides and know whether it's worth you getting this car or not. All right, so let me go into some of the things that I don't like. I'll just get that out of the way first and foremost, right? So one of the things that I don't like about this car is the traction control system. So like you can go swipe down here and you can disable it, right? You can hit to disable it right there. But even after you do that, it's still, it's like it's always on. Like, so if you're trying to do a fast launch or like a 0 to 60 time or something, it's always gonna like give you issues. Like, it's never gonna work the way how you want it to. It's always gonna kick in and cause some issues. So that's first and foremost. Like, the traction control system, I'm not feeling it, you know, just something to be aware of, right? The next thing would be also about how it drives, not necessarily how it drives, but one of the control systems in here. So if you take it to, you know, a drag strip, or you take it to like a half-mile or full-mile racetrack or something, you're trying to see what the top speed is, like, you're never going to really find out, because it's limited to 130 miles an hour. So if you, no matter what you do, if it's not tuned, if it's completely stock and untuned, it's going to limit you at 130 miles, and that's all she wrote. That's all you're going to get. So, you know, for me, being like you know, a car enthusiast and somebody that genuinely enjoys driving and stuff like that, those little nannies, they kind of annoy me. So something to be aware of if you're going to get this car, that it is limited to 130 miles an hour, and you can't really disable the traction control, like, no matter what you do. So those are, you know, two pretty serious things for me to be aware of. Now let's go into some of the good things about this vehicle. All right, so let's get into some of the things that I absolutely love about this 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI. Now, it being the 2024 model year with the 380, it's a 380 edition. You get these nice 19-inch Golf R wheels. And hold on, somebody is being very loud with their motorcycle. So, oh, all right, they nicely turned it off for us. So yes, we continue. So you get these nice Golf R wheels. You get the nice nice brakes on here. You get the nice, you know, I like the GTI logo. And because it is a 2024 model year, it's the last year that you're able to get a Volkswagen Golf with one of these, a manual gearbox. So I love the fact that I was able to get one of these the last year with the manual gearbox. You get the nice checkered, the plaid seats here, and with the GTI emblem right there on the seat. So I love those things. To me, it makes the GTI very special. I would say even more so than the Golf R. The Golf R is kind of bland when compared to the GTI, but the Golf R is also, I would say, overall a better car because of the all-wheel drive. But another thing that stands out to me, and another reason why I would pick the GTI over the Golf R for me specifically, is because of the gearing. The gearing, it feels like the Golf R was made for the DSG, and I would say the GTI was meant for a manual gearbox, because you can hit 0 to 60, you can hit 60 miles per hour in second gear with the GTI. In the Golf R, you cannot. You need to switch. It has like shorter gearing, so you have to switch into third gear to hit 60. Not a huge fan of that, but that's another thing to me that's great about the GTI. One of the things that I'm not that happy with is it has I guess the wing on the back kind of slopes and goes with the form of the car, whereas in the Golf R it's kind of raised up. So eventually I'll probably swap this out for a Golf R wing. But other than that, oh yeah, and then you have, to open up the rear, you just pop the Volkswagen logo up like that. And to me, that's also pretty cool. So that's something that I really like. You have ample space back here. You got to push through here. And one of the things that you get on the GTI that you do not get on the Golf R is you get a spare tire. So that is pretty awesome to me that you get that. So things to consider. Now it looks like it's about to rain, so let me jump in here and I'll finish up this video on the inside of the car. All right, so I'm going to start it up. This is where you start it right here. Press this button there. Roars to life. And because it does have ambient lighting, I have my ambient lighting set to purple. And another thing that I love about this GTI 380 edition, the S trim, is that you get physical knobs like that, you know? I think that's pretty awesome, you know? So yeah, it's pretty cool that it's like that. The screen is actually angled towards you, so that's something that you should know too. Now everybody was kind of tripping and upset about the, you know, the haptic touch and stuff like that. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. I don't really have any issues with it. I love that you can like change, you can pretty much change everything in here. You can change how everything works, you know? Like, so I have it there to where it show you your mile per hour, and you could change like how everything looks there. Like, do you want it to show your audio, your telephone, you know? So yeah. Oh yeah, you also have heated steering right there. So that's pretty cool. But let me change this back to audio. Yeah, so it shows my audio there. Let me see over here on this side. Let me see. I think, oh yeah, for the other side, I need to hit this here, and it'll show you, you know, your gear display, average economy, fuel tank display, stuff like that. I don't want to change it. I'll just leave it there. There's so much. You could change the view all around. You could change like how you want this to look, and you know, you can go with that. You can go with this. A lot of people keep theirs here. I mean, I'm okay with that. I prefer having it like this, where you can see, you know, it has 180 on the dash. That's another thing. Like, so that brings me to another thing. Once you tune this car, it's literally a Jekyll and Hyde thing. I love the fact that it's such a sleeper that it would go from, you know, 130, it actually hit that 180 once you tune it. Once you tune it and you do simple modifications, this thing, it changes up dramatically. It's a whole different beast of a vehicle, you know? Like, it's surprising how good it is for the money. For the money, so, cause I got this for $32,000, right? After taxes, and I had some negative trade-in equity when I traded in my WRX to get this. I think I ended up out the door being at $38,000. But even at $38,000, you know, this was a great buy for me. For what you get for the money, it's amazing. It literally is, right? So let's take it, let's go drive around a little bit more, and I'll go over some of the other things I really enjoy about this car. So for those of you that wanted to know, you just hit that once, you turn on the lights there, they're LED lights. Hit it again, it turns off. You got LED lights right there. You got LED lights there as well. You have heated seats, all right? You can turn them on there, turn them off, all right? And you also have different modes. So you hit the mode there, and you have an eco mode, you got comfort, which I never really use. You have sport, which actually definitely changes up how this thing drives. You have custom, and then in custom mode, you can change how you want the suspension. It does have the DCC suspension, so you can go comfort or sport. I keep it in the sport. I mean, there's a lot that this car does, and it does well. It does like really well. But I think for the money, its competitors don't do well against it, because you get so many things, from the ambient lighting to the ability to you know, to switch modes. Like the WRX doesn't have where you can switch modes and stuff like that. The practicality of it, the back seat space is not great, so that's another thing to be aware of. The back seat space is not great. The trunk space is decent, you know, but the reliability of this thing and the maintenance of it is amazing, because like I've beaten on it with zero issues, like no issues whatsoever, you know. It's a great long trip car, because it does come with a spare tire, so you don't have to worry if you get a flat. You can just go ahead and throw on like your spare. The cost of the tires are a lot less expensive than they would be on like my Type R or even the Golf R, you know. Like, well, actually no, with the Golf R it's the same. It's the same, because this is running the same size tire that the Golf R is running with the 19s. So, but as I went over in my last video, the Golf R tires, it is less expensive than the Type R tires. So you're gonna be able to find better deals for the tires and stuff like that. It has a heated steering wheel on the S trim, which is amazing. You don't get that on cars like, you don't get it on the Type R or the WRX, or, I mean, I think you can get it on the Acura Integra Type S, but you know, you're spending like around $60,000 for that. So you're spending like double the price of this to get, you know, some of those features. The little, you know, puddle light on the floor when you open the car, the mirrors that go up and go down, like there's just so many reasons why you should get this. And with it being front wheel drive, you would think that, you know, you struggle for traction. You really don't. It's great traction wise. It's fun to drive. It feels light, you know, it has more than enough horsepower. The main things, like I said, can be solved really just with tuning. And by the way, if anybody from Cobb Tuning is watching this, I'm waiting for you guys to come out with a tune for the 2024 Volkswagen Golf GTI. And I don't like, the reason why I haven't gone with other tuning companies, because I don't like the ones where you have to connect it to your phone and use an app and all of that. I prefer like the standalone unit where you basically just, you know, plug in the access port straight into the computer. I prefer that. So that's something that, you know, that's the reason why I haven't tuned this yet, because I'm waiting for Cobb to come out with it, because I like the way how their software works versus a lot of the other ones. But it's a great car. And right now, like if I had to choose between my Type R and this, I'll be honest, the Type R is the more special, more capable car, but there's something about this car, it's just the easier car to live with. Like the seats are a little bit more comfortable and better on road trips because you get the spare tire, lower cost of maintenance, you know. So for people that were interested between getting this, like, or Golf R, you know, which is another car that's very similar, but it's all-wheel drive, but you cannot hit 60 in second gear. It's a lot more expensive. The WRX, the Hyundai Elantra, like across from Hyundai right there, you know, I would honestly recommend getting the GTI. The GTI, especially if you can get a 24 model year where you can still get a manual gearbox. That's the only downside, is that the new ones won't have a manual gearbox option. Hopefully Volkswagen changes that and they bring back the manual. But there's just so many things that it does for you that I think it's more than worth it. It's a great everyday car. It's an everyday car that you can get in at a very good price, and it does a lot for the money. So for all of you that were cross-shopping that wanted to know, you know, and then long-term, I've now had it for 3,714 miles. It has, oh, another thing, it has great gas mileage. Like, so if you need, that's another thing too. The gas mileage is way better than the Type R. So it's something to be aware of. Like if you want just a car that, it can be your do-everything car. You can go to work, you know, have fun with it, go to car meets, go take it to the track and stuff like that. I highly recommend the 24 Volkswagen Golf GTI 380 edition, or any GTI that you can get, really. Like any GTI, I think it's gotten better over the years, and I think this is probably the best one that Volkswagen has made. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Race Car Friends out.